Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for stopping by to check out this month's completed adult coloring pages that I completed. So this month was a little different. I only got a chance to color in 2 coloring books, but I did a bunch of different PDFs. So I'll be sharing those with you. So this month was a lot of experimentation and trying to print out different images using my printer and trying different papers. So I'll let you know what works and what doesn't work, okay? So hope you enjoy and let's get started. So since I only have 2 books, I'll share the images I did in books first. So this is not in really any order, but I colored in A Million Bears, Beautiful Bears to Color by Lulu Mayo. And I decided to do this double page spread. So this one I did using all types of different gel pens. So this one was very fun to do. I decided to make it like a rainbow theme. And I saw that a lot of people here had done pages using just gel pen, and I think it looks really cool the way it turned out, so I want to try my hand at that. So some of the gel pen brands that I used here are the Color It Sakura Jelly Rolls, Sakura Jelly Roll Metallics, as well as the glitter ones. I also used Pastel Dual Hybrid pens, and I really like the way it turned out. So that was one from A Million Bears. The second book I colored in was 50 Romantic Miniatures by Camellia Angelicova. So I tried to pick some of the more spring-like images. So in this one, I did the bunny painting the daffodils. And this one was just done using Ohuhu alcohol markers and some gel pen. And I really like the way it turned out. It's a very simple palette, but I think it works. The next one I did in this book was this pair of frogs. So it's a girl and a boy at a pond, and he's sending her a love letter. So again, this one was just markers and just a bit of gel pen highlights. And I did put some metallic gel pen on the water waves. So that was really simple. And then the last one I did in this one was this hedgehog with strawberries. So again, alcohol markers and just some gel pen. So really cute. So those are all the books that I did. So the next things I'm going to show you are the PDFs that I completed. So this is kind of in the order I completed them because I just put them in the folder as I finished them. So this one is the Chibi Calendar that was done by Jenny Luan. So this one is the Chinese character for rabbit, and as you've seen in my previous few videos this past months, I have been doing 1 page per month to try to finish this book. So I'm a quarter of the way through now. So this one was just done using alcohol markers and a little bit of gel pens to highlight things, and I just want to keep it like a simple color scheme. So that was for the year rabbit. The next ones that I'm going to show you are from Mystic Art Mirrors, and it is part of her Easter set, which there are 3 images of. So this was the first one, and I basted it with alcohol markers. So I used Ohuhu as well as the Winsor & Newton Pro markers, and then I just went in to do shading with Black Widows and Prismas. So I really like the way that the hair turned out. It's kind of a different color scheme than I had originally imagined it to be, but I think that it works. It's very spring-like. So the details on the dress are done with gel pen, and I also added some stickles, as you can see, to the bow in her hair. So I think this one turned out really cute. So that was one of them. And then the second image in the same set was this one. So I tried my hand at a darker skin tone. And then for her hair, I did it a little different. I used marker and gel pen to do separate strands. So I thought this was a pretty cool effect. And then I did the bunnies all just in markers. So just added a bit of stickles to her bows. I don't really like the way the ears turned out. I should have done them a little differently, but it's okay. I can always redo them. So that was the second one. And the last image from this set was this picture. So this one was fun to do because my mom helped me pick the color palette for this, and I really like the way it turned out. So her hair is also done with marker and gel pen, and I added some liquid pearls to the beads in her hair. And this one was all done using just markers. So I wanted to see if I can do some shading and stuff with that, and I think it turned out okay. Her lips were just the Jelly Roll gel pen, and all the eggs were just different metallic gel pens, and I used a bit of stickles and tried to make the fur on the bunny a little more textured, and I think it was okay. So that one was that. So this was to finish up like the Easter themes coming from the beginning of the month. And the last Easter one I did was this bunny. This was a freebie that's provided on Johanna Basford's website. So if you're interested in getting this image, you can go check out her page. And she actually has a lot of freebies. She has one like instruction book, as well as another coloring book that has, I think, 10 to 12 images in it, which is really cool if you like her artwork. So this is just a simple bunny. I tried using just a simple color palette. I used 5 different colors, and that's about it. This one is just all alcohol markers, and I did do a bit of stickle details, just very minimal. So it was such a simple picture. So that was it for Easter. So the next images are more spring themed. So this month I actually joined Hannah Carlson's Patreon page, and I joined the silver tier. So you get coloring pages. So you get one at the beginning of the month and then a bonus page. So for this month she did this image as the main coloring page, and it's called Spring Garden. Or Secret Garden, sorry, Secret Garden. And for this one, this is the main coloring page, but what I did was I decided to do the like little bonus things that she provides as her coloring pages. So I made this bookmark. So she always sends out like the main picture as bookmarks, as well as trading card sizes, and she also does line journal pages, as well as a calendar page. So if you're interested in joining her Patreon, I'll link it down below. So this one was just alcohol marker, some gel pen, and some stickles. I really like the way it turned out. So moving forward, I'm going to try to get some lamination sheets to laminate it so it kind of protects it a little more. But for now, I've just glued it on a piece of cardstock so that it's a little thicker. So I did a bookmark as well with the same image. I also did the trading cards. So I'll just take it out from the sleeve. So it does fit in those like hockey cards and baseball card sleeves if you're interested in doing these images. So I actually colored 2 of them. So I colored them in like different versions. So this one was just alcohol markers with a bit of gel pen as well, and I just highlighted things in a different way. I like the color scheme on this. I like the way that the eyes turned out. And then for this one, it was a little different. I used more oranges and teals, and this one I put stickles on for her dress as well. And this was my first time doing gray eyes, and I do like the blend on that as well. So yeah, I did 2 different versions of the cards. And I look forward to continuing to receive these images and to do them. So if you're part of the silver tier, there is also a bonus mid-month page, and that was this one from Hannah Lynn. I think I said Hannah Carlson before. Sorry, this is Hannah Lynn. So this one was called Spring Planting. This was the mid-month bonus page. And I just did this one all using alcohol markers, and I tried doing some blending. And just some white gel pen to highlight things. And stickles on her bow. And then just blending of the eyes. So this one was really fun to do. I've been on like a Hannah Lynn and Mystic Art Mirrors kind of kick this month, which is why there's so many PDF pages. So moving on, this is when I started experimenting with different papers. So this is actually an image from Mystic Art Mirrors Mermaids and Friends coloring book. So I printed this out on Strathmore watercolor paper. It's the 400 series one. As you can see, the image is cut off because my printer actually does not really like this paper. So I tried printing it twice. The first time it did this, and then the second time I got more of the image, but still not the whole thing. But I didn't want to waste the paper, so I tried it out anyway. So this is the watercolor paper, and I used the Pretty Excellent watercolor pan to do most of this. For the sparkly parts, I used Renaissance Colors handmade watercolors from Etsy. And I love the way that everything sparkles. The yellow is actually the one that is done by, I want to say, the Art Spirits. This is their metallic pastel watercolor. This was also the first time that I tried mixing colors to get the skin tone. So it's not that even, but I do like the way that it turned out anyway. For watercolor, I feel like it's okay for it to be kind of, you know, textured. And then so on top of the watercolor, I did do a bit of pencil shading, as well as just added some gel pen to create even more depth. So that was the first one. The second printout actually came out way better. So this one is also from Mystic Art Mirrors. And I also printed this one on the Strathmore watercolor paper. So this one I did, again, using the Pretty Excellent watercolors. And then I used, I think it's Iuli's handmade watercolors on the sparkly parts. And for the scales, for her hair, I just colored it. I did a watercolor base, but I didn't like the color that I used, so I actually just went over using Black Widow pencils to do all of the hair. And I think it turned out really nice, but then I feel like it doesn't really match the color of her tail now, but that's fine. It was just experimentation. So in the background, I also added some dragonfly glaze as well as gold acrylic paint just to make things sparkle a bit more, to give the page a little more interest. And for the blue highlights, I actually use the Pastel Sparkle Pop pens because I couldn't paint them that thin. So yeah, I really like the way that this one turned out. This one, I think the skin color came out a little better, and again I used just a Prismacolor pencil to kind of add a bit more shading in because I'm not really good at that right now. But I do hope to print more out on this paper, or at least try to, and get more done because I think the mermaids look really cool using the watercolor paper. Then the next one that I tried out was this image, and I printed this on the Strathmore mixed media paper. So this one is from Mystic Art Mirror's Zodiac Sign Ladies coloring book, and because I'm a Gemini, I decided to do the Gemini page. So this one turned out really cool. I colored the girls in first, and then I decided on doing the background, a galaxy theme, and then I went back in to color the flowers. So it was a little challenging because I couldn't figure out what colors to do. Next time I might want to do the galaxy in the flowers and then do a different background. But I do like the way that this one turned out. So the girls were basically done basted with Ohuhu markers, and then I used Black Widows and Prismacolors to do shading. So I did the hair, and then I did their skin. The leaves were actually done using the chameleon markers, the chameleon alcohol markers, so they look very well blended. When in fact I only used 2 markers to do that, which was fun and quick. The flowers were done with the Winsor Newton Pro marker, and then I just used white gel pen to go over the black lines, which makes it pop even more. And then the background was done using the Tombow water-based markers, and I really like the way that turned out. Do you want to practice galaxies a little more? But this paper did really well with it. So I just used 3 colors and blended it using water, and then I did do a bit of the acrylic splatter in the background for the stars, but a lot of them I just dotted on using white gel pen. So it came out pretty cool. This one doesn't have as much glitter and sparkle on it, but I think it's quite effective anyway. Next time I try a galaxy, I might want to do like dragonfly glaze or something to make it sparkle a bit more, but I do like the way this one turned out. So the second last picture that I completed was this one. So this one was actually just printed on regular printer paper because I was testing that out. It is thin, but I think it took the colors pretty well. So this is actually a free image by Yam Puff's Stuff. If you go to her website, she actually has a section where she has a lot of different chibi images for free. Excuse me. So this one was Lollipop Girl, and I just sorry about that. So my camera battery just died, so I apologize in advance because my editing skills are not good. So hopefully I'm able to piece together the 2 pieces of film kind of smoothly. Okay, so if not, please don't be upset about it. So I just want to show you the last couple of things that I had done before I got cut off. So again, this was an image from Yam Puff's Stuff. So like I was saying, she does have a bunch of freebies on her website, and if you like her style of like chibi girls, she has lots that you can try to color. So this one was done on just regular printer paper, but it's like a smooth kind, so I just wanted to test out how it would do. And I do like this one. The markers that I used did not bleed out through the lines, but the paper is thin, so if you were thinking of using water mediums on this, it would be a little more difficult to do so. But this one I used just Ohuhu markers and gel pen, and then just a bit of pencil for shading. I didn't want to do too much, so I just used it on her hair to smooth things out a little, because the paper does make the marker streaky, if you can see that. And I just used it on the eye as well as the cheeks for blush. But other things I used were just gel pen and some stickles to just make it glittery. So that was that one. And then the last images that I did were also from Hannah Lynn. So this is from her free sample coloring book that she has on her website. So if you're interested in trying your hand at coloring her things, you can go check that out. She has 14 different pages available, and it's of one image from each of the books that she's released up until, I think, 2019. So these two images are actually from Enchanted Faces, Mermaids, Fairies, and Fantasy, the pocket-size coloring book. So this one is Dee Dee, and this one is Aaliyah. So I did both of these using just Ohuhu markers. So for this one, I just tried like looking at a photo of the colors that Hannah Lynn used, and just tried to do some similar colors. I really like the blend of I think it's a mermaid, so a mermaid tail. And then the flowers, I just added some white gel pen to it and some dots to make it look sparkly. The yellow parts are done with stickles and just a very minimal amount of gel pen. And then this one, I was trying out something different, so I wanted to try to put makeup on the girls. I don't know if this one turned out really well. I'm still on the fence about it. I don't really like the halo eye effect, but just tried it out anyway. So this one was all basted in alcohol marker as well, and some of the shading is just done using pencil crayons. And I added just a bit of stickles to her outfit, as well as the bee's wings, and just a bit of blending with markers. So nothing too fancy. So that was the last PDF that I finished this month. So I did have two whips. So this one was also from Mystic Art Mirrors. I think this one is from Mermaids and Friends as well, if I'm not mistaken. But I just tried printing out on this kind of cardstock paper from Michaels. It's the Recollections brand. So it was just a really dark one. I was just trying out the paper. So far I've only tested markers on it, which was the Tree Branch and Prismacolor pencils. So I do find that this paper is kind of toothy, so it does eat the pencil really quickly. So I might have to change to a more affordable brand or hard leaded pencil to do the rest of this in. Just want to see how the colors would turn out on this kind of dark colored paper, as well as this texture of paper. So far this is what I've done. So I'm gonna continue working on that. I did go over the black lines with white gel pen, and I think that the effect looks pretty cool. So we'll see how far along I get. Hopefully I can finish this one in the month of May. As well, I did join Jasmine Beckett Griffith's Patreon, and I've started coloring this one, and it's called Monarch. So far I only have the Prismacolor pencils down on it. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and once again I'm apologizing for the camera cutting off. Stay tuned for my next video. I'm going to be filming something about the watercolors that I have, and I hope you enjoyed everything. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.